Hello! Welcome to another art session. Sorry for being a little late. Sorry. Just tired today. Uh, Might be a shorter one, but I'm going to try and do some work today. So, okay, let's get some music on. Do, 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 do. Let's try this one. I think I looked this up once, but I'm going to try one more time. I don't remember what I think the answer was there is none because unless maybe we can find one second. I think this should be okay. I'll save it for next time. Or maybe I'll put it on a little bit and then just... Yeah, we'll see. It's nothing I could find in here. Ironically. Oh well. Yeah, let's do some warm-ups. I'll do some while I'm waiting for, or just while I'm... Whoops. Yeah. Where's my glove? There it is. Okay. Hope everyone's having a good week. Yeah. This week's been a little better so far. We'll see how it goes along, but good so far, so good. So. I guess I forgot. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but Haspin came out today. I'm not as big a fan of it. I don't dislike it. I always say when you say you're not a fan of something, people are like, "Why do you hate it?" And like, it's not that I hate it. I'm not a huge fan. Not a musical. I like Disney musicals and all that, but I just don't like musicals, which is what it's more for. So, because as I said last time, it's very clear she doesn't care about accuracy for the lore that she's presenting, which, I mean, if you've been on this channel before, you know how important that is to me. So, hello, thanks for dropping by. But at the same time, I don't want anyone to think I would want to take away from their fun. If you enjoy it, cool. I'm just doing some warm-ups really quick to get ready for the just do Hello, thanks for dropping in. Ooh, it's getting really cold here. Get out the winter coat every morning lately. And today it was like even worse because it's one of those days where like I put it on for while I was in the building at work, and then you get hot and your body you sweat, and then like you're like, oh no, it's too warm in here, and you take off your you take off the coat I took out the sweater and all my sweat just like froze on me, and I was like, oh no, and I had to put my coat back on, my sweater back on, and it's like this is horrible. This is always what it's like forever here when it comes to like end of October is always so cold. Like even when I was a kid, I remember wearing like my dinosaur costume when I was like really young, and I had to wear like a winter coat on top of that. So it's not. This isn't one of those like, oh, global warming things. This is more like, no, it's just where I live things. It gets cold really fast here. It's like, oh, it's the end of October. Get ready and get that coat out. Get ready to freeze. Oh. Beat me one now. Oops. Yeah. Anyway. Bum 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 bum. That's a cool pose. This is not the best startup drawing, but this one's a better pose. So this will make a better drawing. And I thought it'd be kind of fun today to try and do some folklore art, like for Halloween. Because there's a couple like things like I figured like the Doulahan being an inspiration, or like it possibly just a inspiration for Headless Horseman, and like just other parts of the holiday that are inspired by other cultures, like Celtic with oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of it right now. I'll look it up. I just heard the story of it. Sam, what's it called? 1 second. Oh, like, how do you spell? Oops. Yeah, it's Samhain. It's the end of the summer harvest. In the beginning of, so like the essentially just the hello. What's that? Oh well, yeah. It's these are just warm up sketches. Yeah, Samhain. I believe it's something like that. I had the audit someone say it in a video recently, but I forgot already. So how it's pronounced, but yeah, an Irish Halloween, yeah. But yeah, I figured I'd just like draw some classic folklore creatures and whatnot. And that should be fun. And I just chose this pose because it's kind of an epic. It's a fun pose, so it's not going to be perfect. It's just going to be quick. No, yeah. For warm-up sketches, I'm never perfect. I'm just trying to get like loosened up from a long day. Guess I also heard recently that Disney made like an anime based around a mobile game called Twisted Wonderland. So I almost did some fan art for that today, but I'm gonna wait until after Halloween to do that. I started some ideas of like a persona because I thought that'd be kind of fun to like just make one, since like that's all the game is pretty much. You just join different school. It's a school apparently, and like you join different groups, and like they're based off of different characters, mostly villains. So it's interesting, but it can wait. I was saying to someone at work who is into it, hopefully this will mean that like maybe they'll take Kingdom Hearts more seriously, and we might get a anime for that, because like, or at least an animated show, because like back when I think the second one came out, they made they storyboarded an animated show for that, but it just never got around to being made because of budget. And yeah, but it'd be kind of cool, I think. Maybe they'll actually explain the story. Ha! Funny joke. They'll never explain Kingdom Hearts story. There is no explanation. Well, there is, but if you have 5 hours to sit still, at least. Which isn't to say I like the game. It's just don't ask me to explain the entire story. It's impossible. It's a lot. Yeah, let's do another one. Well, this is cool. I don't think I've done a running one in a while. I think one of the biggest things that's a shame is that for a while a tradition of mine was to watch The Simpsons animated special for Halloween, but those kind of went downhill as time went on because those used to be really good. And I mean, they're not bad. I don't know if bad's the right word to use for them now. They're just not scary stories anymore. They're kind of just like, some of them can be more on the dark side at least, but some of them are just like parodies and just like, then they just use the excuse of, oh, we can do whatever we want to these characters because, including gore, because it's a Halloween special. So, yeah, it's a shame, kind of, because it used to actually be like, there used to be more of a point to them. And now it's kind of less of a point. I suppose when you've been around that long, though, you kind of start running out of ideas no matter what you do. So it's kind of hard to be anything but just like disappointed that it's not what it used to be. But I did like when they did the special openings once in a while, though. Those were fun. Like the one where Mignola did some animation for them, and then the next year, I think some French animation team did some work for them, and they were really good. Let's get to work on this. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, this little guy in the corner is made by a friend of mine. So it's been a little while. I'll open up her. She has a Twitch stream. Let's see if I can find exactly what her name is. I should have wrote it down on there. But she does she makes models, and one of the things she does for her channel that's really fun is if you donate enough points, she'll make you a little guy like this, and it moves on her page, so that's really fun. Just too. Normally I would be able to just recall it, but I just haven't been on her site in a while because I've been so busy. Bum, 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 bum. But yeah. She actually on? No. Yeah. No, sorry, I can't find it right now. I think it's weird. Anyway. Sorry. I'm just stalling. Because I know I have to draw a horse, and I don't want to draw a horse. But I said I would, so I will. Yep. Okay. Oh wait, that's a better picture. Yeah, that's a better picture. Yeesh. Mm-hmm. I swore I saw. Let me check something. I swear the Dualhans are. Let me see. Oops. Oh, okay. Huh? It is a. I thought it was only a. I thought it was always a she, but I guess it's a he. Because I thought it was like Lady Death, but I guess it's a he. Huh? Okay. I guess maybe I'm thinking of that anime Durara where it's a where the Dualahan and that is a she, and she's a motorcyclist that drives around Tokyo with in a like full leather getup for biking for safety, and she wears a helmet, but there's nothing underneath it. And she just goes around I guess helping people. I never saw the whole thing, but it's made by the same people that did one of my favorite animes, Bakuno, which was a really fun show about these people that gain immortality through a deal with a demon on a boat in I think pre-revolutionary times, I believe. And when they get to America, they just like keep the secret amongst themselves and kind of like only select certain people to give the elixir to. But one of them wants to hold the secrets for himself, and he's hunting down the others. And it's just pretty much like the main part of the story takes place on a train, and there's like several different mobsters trying to cause trouble on the train. But my favorite two characters, I just liked it because there was two characters in it, Isaac and Miriam, who are these two burglars that are just really funny. It's probably not historically accurate horse, but I figure it's supernatural, so it can be. I can stretch what they would. This is more like probably the wrong build. This is more like a war horse kind of build, but which wouldn't be as speedy, I don't think. But it looks cool, so I don't care. Well, man or woman, it was bad luck to run into one of these. And I believe one way you could avert trouble if you weren't the one it was there for was to throw money in its way, which is weird, but I guess that's just part of the lore. And I just heard the Headless Horseman story, which had the bit about like how the pumpkin was actually just something that happened only for Ichabod. So I'm gonna draw it without the pumpkin. And it's this creature has popped up in a bunch of different games. And including World of Warcraft, and I think even Skyrim, I believe, has a character who's a isn't he? I think it's headless. I forget, but I believe there's a headless character in that too. That rides a horse. And he can try and keep up with. Doesn't do anything. I think it's too fast for you at the point when you find it, so nothing really happens. Sorry, I'm not very good at this, but I'm gonna try. I always like drawing horses. I mean, I always like seeing like these action poses with horses where they're up, rearing up like this. So, because my sister watched a lot of like horse movies when we were young, and like Black Beauty was a very popular one in our house. So I always think of that, or like Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, or Man, how many others? I forget all of them. So those were the two that stuck out in my mind, but there were others. This is probably one of the better ones I've done, honestly. I know it's not perfect, but this is better than what I usually do. I'm taking my time a little bit on the horse. Because I figure don't draw the horsemen very much, but just going to take my time and try and make it look at least presentable. You know what? I'm going to have fun. Just because in the story he has a pumpkin, I'm going to give him a pumpkin. I forget what kind of expression it said it had a ghastly expression, but I forget what it was. Maybe just make it look maybe like a rotten smile, kind of like it's been falling apart because it's carrying this thing. And there's just fire coming out of it. That live action movie was pretty good. It was closer to the actual. I mean, it had aspects of the real legend in it, but they obviously embellished and added their own like side story about like land disputes and everything. And even though it was mainly a war story that was turned into a ghost story in the original legend. Oops. Maybe that's part of the problem, actually. I have, yeah. There. I actually listened to a story today about Coraline and the creature in that the other mother was based on, which I forgot. I thought was just a witch, but apparently it's more like a fairy, because which explains it even better, because if you recall in that story, there was I mean, she's from a pocket dimension, which fairies do that. They pull you into an other world. The only difference is, usually in their world, if you eat their food, you're trapped there, whereas with her, you have to agree to her arrangement, and allow her to use sew the buttons on, and then it's finalized. And she's apparently been in other stories, and where people would, like, I believe there's a story of I heard the story of a knight who was captured by one of those. It wasn't pretending to be a mother, but it was pretending to be a beautiful woman, and sung a song that bewitched him, and he went to her, and she just absorbed his essence, essentially, like in that story with the other children. So yeah, fairies are scary. Fairies are creepy. They don't mess around. Everyone thinks just Tinkerbell, but it's like, yeah, I mean, that's pixies. They're not. They're one type, and they're pretty much on the benign side of fairies. Like, I don't think they really do anything all that bad, honestly, if I remember correctly. It's like the certain elves and elf-like creatures that, and changelings and stuff like that cause problems. So, and trolls. This is fun, just drawing some classic stories from around Halloween, and talking about them, and yeah. It's funny because there's certain shows like this. I mean, like, for instance, the final season of Stranger Things is coming out next month, and I'm excited for that. But I'm not a huge fan of scary stuff. So it's really more just about, like, I just like these. Like, I like the story itself. I don't like the genre, but sometimes if the actors are good. Well, like, for instance, that Welcome to Derry show I'm very curious to see how that's gonna be. Like, maybe that'll be like a successor for since that whole setting inspired Stranger Things. That might be actually pretty good. So we'll see. Might be kind of interesting to see that in, like, a TV style. But Yeah, maybe fun. Definitely a unique story. I mean, there's that whole part they had to leave out, which was just beyond surreal because, you know, Stephen King, where it's like there's a giant cosmic turtle that helps them out. It's like in space, and it's like, buddy, I know what you were. We all know what you were on when you made this. So, but wow, just wow. Okay, giant tortoise in space. Mm-hmm. Sure, sure, sure. Oh, and I also heard the folklore behind the jack o' lantern, which is also a Celtic story from Ireland. Apparently, some really unpopular guy was who just gambled a lot and was just an unpleasant person. Just got on the wrong side of, got a bad reputation, and even to the point where like the devil heard of him, and then he tricked the devil a few times. But unfortunately, you know, living a life that is full of sin, he should have figured. I mean, times that would have been a good time spent repenting, maybe, because after all that time of being like, I tricked you twice, and doing it in really embarrassing ways, and then it's like, oh wait, I'm going down there, aren't I? It's like, uh-huh. It's like, oops. Maybe I'm in trouble, aren't I? Like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're in a lot of trouble, friend. A lot of trouble. I think it's Sam Hoain or something like that is how it's pronounced. Like, I'll have to look it up, but I think it's something like that. It's Gaelic. Yeah, and then there's. I'm trying to think of other ones. Those are the two biggest ones I heard about, but there's plenty of other ones. Or ones that we made later on. Yeah, I actually read the. I listened to the audiobook for Coraline at, well, at work, and it's just in the back, having it on in the background, and that's a good book. Definitely recommend that one. It's nice. Some nice background noise. Or not noise, but nice background story. Gonna kind of maybe keep him fun, like spectral kind of glow. I believe the horse's eyes were red too, from the original story, which is funny because that's also a that is another creature actually. There's a horse called a kelpie, and one of the forms they take is a black horse. Or an attractive man or an attractive woman in black. And they'll just lead you to water and then tempt you into the water and then eat you in the water. So don't go in the water. Probably mainly just a cautionary tale back then, just to like be careful when, especially because usually it was people who had a little too much to drink, and then they would. It's probably a cautionary tale being like to like people who would do that, or children to, don't go out in the water at night when it's dangerous and you can't see what you're doing, and you could slip and hurt yourself, and then no one's around to help you. Which, I mean, is as true back then as it is now. So. If you go out Halloween night, please be careful. Don't go into water with black horses. Dun 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 dun. The more you know. Hello! Thanks for dropping by. Just doing some fun Halloween drawings today. Some sketches while I talk about certain just Halloween traditions and tales, and just have some fun. Hope you're having a good day. Do you have any Halloween folklore that you enjoy? Just out of curiosity. I mean, it doesn't just have to be me. If anyone else wants to share something, I can try and do a drawing of something that someone else is interested in, like a certain creature from Halloween or popular stories around Halloween. This is probably one of the better horses I've drawn, so that's why I'm taking my time. I always have so much trouble drawing horses, and I finally got one where I'm like, oh, this is gonna be okay. When I started this, I was almost tempted to make this a dinosaur and be like the headless horseman of of the ancient past. But I'm like, I'm going to try and conquer my fear of drawing horses, because I'm not fear, but just my difficulty with drawing them. Oops. See, even that's not right, because there was like this, and then the upper torso. because their arm go like this. So like this. Because they have so many muscles in their leg that sometimes especially their front legs, the back legs aren't nearly as hard, but the front legs for some reason always throw me off a bit. Which is probably why I drew this one even being upright, because then at least it's kind of like putting it in this action pose makes it a little bit easier. But it's slowly getting there. I was just saying how like the Headless Horseman's based around the Doulahan, and how like there's been several different versions of it and showed up in many different things, like in a whole bunch of different games. Like even like World of Warcraft has a popular boss that appears this time of year, and it has the Headless Horseman, and he has like special drops. Like you can get like, I think maybe you can get the horse. I forget. I think you can get the horse, and you can get like his sword. I forget. It's been so long since I've played. It's one of those things where I'm like, I never even tried. It was one of those kind of like raids where like the drop rate was like 0.001% or something. So I'm like, I don't play the game enough for that to mean something. Oops, I did do this wrong. It's okay. Kind of didn't put the head. It's not big enough. That's okay. Is anyone here planning on getting dressed up either? Because I'm not, but it's kind of, honestly, it's kind of quiet. Especially once you move in, and living in an apartment, kind of, you don't run into too many trick-or-treaters. And by that I mean zero. So, like, some people at my work are, like, really excited, and they go all out this time. They can go to parties and stuff, but I'll just be drawing here on a Friday. So that'll be fun. Figuring I can get some I was gonna work on some other drawings, like some more Halloween maybe, and also there's apparently, like I was saying earlier, there's a Disney anime that came out, and I might do something with that possibly, or I might just work on my comic, honestly. But yeah. Truth be told, I'm doing this more for just all of you, because Halloween's not my biggest holiday anymore. But I mean, it's fun to talk about. But because, like I said, I love folklore, but I don't really watch these kind of movies. So the spooky ones. I mean, but even I understand the importance of Halloween in the slasher movie genre. Like, that movie was just like a huge step towards new traditions when it came to that, where like they they changed a lot, and it's really important. Well, especially because like one of the biggest things I think it did that they talk about is having the villain stalk the person in daylight, which was a newer thing. Like you don't really see that in older stories like that. So that definitely was unique. Let's make it dark. Like a dark brown because it's in the night, so you wouldn't see it the color. Oops. People like this. Plus, it's probably a rotten pumpkin, honestly, because it's been carried around by the. Unless it's a new one, because in the story, it seemed like it was a newer one. So maybe it's like I can show a little bit of orange on the edges near where the light is coming out. I do remember as a kid there was this one book, I forget, I think it was called like was it the Ugly Pumpkin? I forget what it was, something like that. And I just liked I'd have to look it up, but the art was really good. I remember that was one of those stories I really liked. I do wonder if anyone has Halloween specials they really enjoy, because like I had I mean there's a couple that were fun around that time, like obviously the Charlie Brown, or kind of the I think the one for Garfield was kind of fun. I mean, it's not scary at all, even back then. I mean, it was the only part of it that was kind of creepy was the ghost of the pirate. That part was, to a kid, that was kind of scary, but looking back, it's not really. I mean, just a little spooky. Oh my god, that's pretty cool. I like it. One of my better horses. Scariest thing of all, me drawing a horse. Ooh. Let's see, I gotta make a folder for this. So I'm not gonna make several drawings tonight. I'm just gonna do a few. Let's see what else we want to do. I'll be right back. I need to get some water. What else could there be? What are some other good folklore creatures of the night? Well, there's like I could do like well, werewolves. I can draw a werewolf. Let's just draw some classics. I even have a character for that, so I can even just maybe draw him. Open. Do 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 do. Yeah. I can make a werewolf, a creepier version, more Halloween-y version of him. But thanks for everyone who's dropped by, though. It's really... Hope everyone's having a great week. What I like with werewolves is the making them. I mean, I don't know that there's also the Wolfman, but I like when they still retain some of that shape of the wolf, and but they're much bigger, so it's more like this colossal human beast hybrid where you just take the cunning of a human, but then just make this body that's just incredibly powerful, but very long and very elongated and dangerous. And I forget the name of it. In college, I watched this one where the werewolves were more like from a shamanistic kind of like tribe, and they were more shapeshifters than they weren't cursed. They were like a tribe of werewolves, and they could like shift whenever they wanted, and they were recruiting the protagonist into their group. Like, I believe they still had more difficulty controlling the urge to hunt, but they had full control of everything else, so... They were far more sentient, which made them so much more dangerous. They were human intelligence mixed with a wolf. Like speed and strength, and like the inhuman strength of a werewolf. And then there's Flanders turning into a werewolf. That was funny. Totally. That was good. Might give it the I did find a channel recently where this one guy, I guess he like does like, I kind of half I have mixed feelings on the channel in general because like he's very a bit sarcastic, and I guess it's part of the fun of the channel. But like he does these shorts where like he just makes these biological like drawings of these creatures and tries to like make them more plausible, I guess, and claims that's super important. Which I mean, to a degree, I don't think it's as serious as he says. Mainly because I draw things like elves, so and they're definitely not believable. Their long insect, almost like bodies, just could not support them. But I don't care. They're from the draw. Yeah, in my comic, this guy is more of a one of those like shaman, or like a they can like shape shift kind, where he just like because he's the brains of there's these two bounty hunters, and one's a pixie, and then there's him, and he's more bestial, but he's the smarter of the two because he's like this, like he's kind of like that Craven guy from Spider-Man, where he's a master hunter. Like he can track down anything. He's got like a keen nose, and he never loses his prey. And she's his eyes in the sky, kind of. Like she's kind of like this, like she's kind of more the muscle, because in a different kind of way, where she's kind of more like a, because she's an immortal creature. She doesn't he counts on her for like just speed in the air and ambush from above. So it's kind of like it's almost kind of like how wolves team up with in nature with crows and other, well, crows and corvids in general, especially mainly crows, because crows will scavenge off of their kills, and they maybe this is like a moon transformation where he's even stronger. Like he can use the lunar power of the moon to enhance his strength further by being blessed by maybe like a some kind of like pact with that, or maybe just some kind of nature magic that can like enhance his strength when the moon's out. But as I was saying, like like corvids are used, have this like symbiotic, or not symbiotic, mutualistic relationship with wolves, where they basically are their eyes in the sky and will like sound the alert and like let out a lot of like caw and stuff and make a lot of noise, and then the wolves will realize they found prey, and when the wolves get there, take down the prey, and the foxes show. I mean the the crows show up afterwards to enjoy what's left over. So it's very beneficial for both of them. There is also another version of a Wolfman story that's in I believe in Celtic folklore with these people that turned into part wolf. But and I almost made that what this guy is, but I figured with the whole like the moon enhancing his strength could give him another level later in the story. Like the first time they meet them, it's not a full moon, so he can only like he can let loose, and he still has a lot of his latent abilities, but he's not like at his max. So because like the difference with him is the thing about him is that he is normally just in his wolf form. He doesn't ever get out of it. So whereas it's the pixie girl's the one that she's the one that can like that will normally sneak in and be the one that poses as a human because she can. Because if he turned into a person, he'd still be a big guy that would stand out, whereas she's smaller and doesn't stand out quite as much as him. So it makes more sense for her to go in first and scout things out before he goes there. While he sets up traps, because he's really good at that. This is cool. I like this. He's got like his claw. He's like a much more powerful version of him. Maybe that's what I'll do for the rest of the shifts. I was about to say the rest of tonight is draw Halloween versions of of some of the antagonists, or just people that aren't like the side characters, because. I tried a while ago to make like Halloween costumes for the mains, but and I've done that in the past. Like I have a few here. I'll show you some of the ones I did for in the past for the main characters. So where is it? Oh, right, they're on this page. They're in a different page. They're right here. So here's the main characters. Since I based her off of Little Witch Academia, I gave her the costume from that, and just spruced it up with some angelic wing, like yeah, not angelic, but like magical wings, because she learns that spell later on. Or learn something like it. The birds are actually something that the person in the witch in the story actually knew, so I thought that would be fun to put into. And then you have like I think Richard I didn't get to draw last year, and maybe I'll draw him because I didn't get a chance to draw him in a Halloween costume. I tried, but it just turned into this, which I mean. It's okay. It's like a berserk version of him, where he's in like showing him in like the wolf armor in that story, kind of, but like a very loose sketch of it, not very refined. I mean, even as rough as this is, it looks better. And then you have like. The mother Grace, I drew her as your forger, but I have her like I have her hanging out with like the little dinosaur she's trying to protect, and like just thought I'd draw a little, or a medium-sized caterpillar because she's fascinated with wildlife, and I didn't want to lose that. And then you have like what did I do for I think I did one for a few of the other ones. Like I know I have like let's see. Sorry, just trying to find something. Who else did I do? Oh, I know who I drew. I can find him. There he is. Here's the main like human antagonist of the story is they call him the Karth Moira. He's a unseelie elf that is messing around with Gale, the mother. He wants to try and just like turn that little dinosaur into a monster, and he is annoyed that she's ruining his fun, and so he's turned her into his nest. He thinks if he can't have fun with the creature, he's going to try and mess with her too, and slow her down to the point where maybe she gets stuck in the area and like gets spirited away, and maybe if he's lucky, she'll get pulled into his realm, and he can use her as a test subject. So I have him dressed up as Stein from Soul Eater. Because he's pretty much just this like force of like mischief and malevolence all in the same person. Kind of like Loki kind of character. So let's see. Oops, some of these pages shouldn't be here. They should be. Oh well. This is one character that I might think about drawing in a costume, but I don't know if I'm going to do it today. Because she's really fun. She's a giantess that is rules over. She's like a aristocrat in this city, and she like has it's essentially like an important political figure, and Gale's brother, who's on this giant dragonfly next to her, is like her advisor. Now you're on this like hybrid like rock mixed with a bald eagle, because I figured that would be pretty awesome combination. Since the bald eagles are just incredible creatures. Like people talk about like how people are always saying they're disappointed with the sounds they make, but then like I always say like look at the facts. Don't listen to the noise. I mean, they're a bird. Birds make all kinds of noises. But forget about that and like just look at how powerful they are. They're incredible creatures still. I would not make fun of them if I were you. They still are plenty powerful. The other thing about him that's unique is that he is like he's from a special breed of werewolves made during the invasion of the Unseelie by the Seelie, and they're like their tribe increases their strength and their endurance by making it so they have like special metals in their skin, in their fur, so that they're even more resilient. Like they have like essentially like their fur is as hard as mithril. So on top of being regenerative, this guy is just he's a tank. He's meant to fight the scariest of like and the most powerful like dark fairies. So which is why he's not really a villain in this story. He's kind of more like just an obstacle at times, but even the first time they fight, it's because he mistook June for someone else. Both him and the pixie did. Mainly the pixie mistook her for someone they were hunting. And once they realize, and after he's had some, he kind of gets lost in the fighting and has too much fun fighting Richard, and kind of like realizes that he's how bad of an ideal this fight is. Like the longer he fights him, the more he's like, this is going to end really bad for us if at the end of this. So we should probably apologize and get out of here fast, because Richard just is not having a good time, and he's getting more angry at them as the fight goes on, because they're just holding them up. He's just happy that he finally has someone that can actually damage him, because he's not used to that. Trying to mix some black in too. Maybe his fur gets like a hint of that when it grows even longer. How are we doing on time? Still doing okay. It's not been long. I'm like, it must be long. It's only been an hour and a half. Just thought I'd mix in some darker colors so he can be more stealth. That's a big thing about him, is being smart and careful. He's not as good at stealth as Richard, but he's definitely, I mean, for a werewolf, quite smart and very... He definitely impresses Richard. Yeah, kind of like that. He's got just like very powerful. This is very loose, obviously, but I like the idea of this, just this like more elongated build for his like. Oops. Nope. No. Now let's try and do one for. I tried to start one with her, but it's not. I don't like this. I think I had a better one of her, but I'm gonna try and do a different. Whoops. No. I'm gonna try and do a maybe a scarier version of her where she's less, even more insect-like. So like very elongated body. And her hair is more like kind of just attached to this like bug-like face. Hello, thanks for dropping in. Or maybe maybe YouTube's just finally seeing someone again. I never understand the counting. It's the strangest thing. There are actually some pretty cool like moth designs that I should look into for some pixie ideas, because like there's there's a whole bunch of like really unique ones out there. She keeps maybe like she sticks two of her arms together, and that's what this is. It's like her two top arms are linked together to become one in this form, and this is like her more durable. Even like this is her like I'm cutting loose form, kind of, where she's just like, you know what? I don't need to even pretend to look human anymore. I'm just this like powerful creature that is just gonna cut loose. She still has her spear. Bum, 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 bum. too low. It should be up here, actually. Let's clean this up. I'm just having fun doodling, doodle doodle. Yeah, she's the other. She works with the werewolf, and she's quite powerful as well. Young, a bit more like, not. I don't want to say naive. She hasn't been on Earth as many times as he is, because he's a. So she's a little bit more just unfamiliar with human ways. Like, she likes some of it, but she's kind of like a little more temperamental. Like the Vegeta of the group, kind of, whatever. Or in... yeah. Maybe this is actually more like even armor. Let's try and make it look more like armor on top, like an exoskeleton that she can conjure. And she stretches her physiology to fit into it. Don't want to lose her eye thing, though. That's one of my favorite things about her, so I'm going to add that back in. Where she's got these creepy eyes all over her wings that, on top of the hallucinogens she releases, can, like, definitely mess with people that she's hunting. Yeah, this is more like a bigger version of her form, where she's scarier and can cut loose more. and I'll clean it up. And these are just quick drawings, just so that I can just have ideas for later. But okay, maybe I'll go back to the. Where'd the recent one go? Oh wait, that one's already. That one's already there. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do maybe like one more Halloween-based one. Cause I did a Doulahan, which is based around. It's just hard because it's like. Now I'm gonna do a scary version of that guy too. Actually, open him up. All right, I did say I was gonna do that. Actually, I'll do that instead, because I did say I was gonna try and get some more time on this. Working on the wallpaper. I mean the splash image for the Halloween drawing. Let's see. It's gonna make him like this, dressed up in this knight armor for his Halloween outfit. Yeah. Kind of just. Bum, 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 bum. Sorry, I'm just concentrating. I get kind of quiet. I apologize. I'm not super yappy when I'm this. This is a lot more difficult than just drawing a. I can't believe it. Even harder than drawing a horse. Definitely harder than redrawing a character I've drawn 100 times. I kind of want to. Excuse me. I don't care for that dragon. He's kind of boring. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to make it the. Hmm. Nah, I'm going to go with what I originally had. Okay. Where he's petting the this juvenile T-Rex, Fey T-Rex kind of creature. It's part of his team. I have a bigger head than that, even at that age. Because they have quite a bite. So. It's like trying to get it likes nose scritches. Ugh, this is getting worse by the minute. What is this thing? Ah, it's turning into a mess. Yeah, it's a better. That's a little better. A little bit. Still a mess, but it's getting better. Whoops. I'm not too sad that you didn't see any of that. Because it was all a mess. I think I'm gonna. This is a good place to call it. It's been like we're almost at 2 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this in time. I'll try and get it done by Friday for our Halloween day. It was fun drawing the Dualahan, though. I mean, or the Headless Horseman. And drawing that guy was fun, but this was interesting getting to work on doing a version of this character, and actually like trying out. It was nice to try out a horse again, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not my best work, but I think it looks quite good. It's flawed, obviously, in some areas, but it's okay. Nothing's ever going to be perfect in 2 hours. I mean, maybe it will be if you're certain artists, but with me, sometimes it takes more than that for me sometimes. So, thank you for everyone who dropped by. I really appreciate you spending some of your evening with me, or any time of your day, honestly. So I hope you have a wonderful night, or whatever time of day it is. And if you want to see more, I'll be drawing again on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm just gonna do something really quick, actually. We'll do the Ross Strauss thing of just not. I mean, he didn't trademark it, so I'm just gonna do an add glow layer to just like give it kind of an ethereal kind of glow to the edge of the character, like this. Just a cloudy brush, honestly. It gives it like a nice, like, loose, dithering kind of effect for him. Oh, yeah. Anyway, that was fun. Have a wonderful night, and I'll be back on Friday, like I said. So, hope you enjoy the